Hello and welcome to this latest of the Business Spotlight interview series. I'm delighted today to be joined by Ewen Estill from Love Solar and Solfit. Hi Ewen, how are you?
Hi Rob, yeah, good, very well, very good. Nice to meet you.
And you, great. Thanks for joining. We're looking forward to hearing about your story and the business journey as well. So, to begin with, could you just give us some background on yourself and your business? You know, how long you've been around, and things like that. Be fantastic.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. So, my name's Ewan. I'm the MD of Solfit and Love Solar. I've been the MD of Love Solar for the last 14 years. Love Solar is a small Cumbrian-based solar PV installation firm. Currently speaking, we have 10 employees in the business, and we do all aspects of solar PV design and installation in and around Cumbria. I'm also the MD for Solfit Limited. Solfit's been around for the last 5 years, with designers, manufacturers, and owners of in-roof of a number of products, but basically in-roof solar PV products.
Okay.
So we currently have 4 members of staff, including myself, but we're growing fast.
Excellent. And how did you get into the industry? What was that journey like 14 years ago?
Yeah, well, again, I was a late starter in careers. I know I kind of ambled for some time in different aspects of traveled quite a bit. I came from an environmental background, so I was quite interested in environmentalism. Tried that for a bit, volunteered quite a bit, liked it, but didn't really see any kind of future in the money earning department. So, and also I was interested in international development. So originally I was interested in, I still am actually, in doing some positive good, and basically had to have a skill which could offer. And I saw solar PV as an evolving industry, which could be applied both in the UK and abroad. So I pretty much set my sights on that and actually sought it out.
Great. So you started as just yourself, was it 14 years ago, and then built it from there?
Yeah, so I used to work for a solar PV, couple of solar PV firms. So went off to America, did some training across there,
right,
in Colorado for 4 months. Fantastic experience. Came back, got a job with some UK-based solar PV companies, and back then at the time there was approximately 5 PV companies in the market.
Right.
So I did my time, learned the trade, enjoyed it with some good times, good adventures, life on the road. So yeah, no, we had a good time. It really was. We had a good experience. But I'm not an employee. I don't like being told what to do, when to do it, what hours to work. So yeah, I knew that 14 years ago that the feed-in tariffs were coming in. The feed-in tariffs are basically the government subsidy for solar PV. So I knew they were coming and started digging my tunnel, my escape tunnel, to get away from it all.
Okay.
Which basically meant that I had to register a company, get my name, Love Solar Limited, and that was quite a big thing back in the day. Once I got the name, I thought, yeah, here we go. I like that. So registered, got the van, certificates, and when the feed-in tariffs got announced, I basically handed in my notice and promptly left that week. So and set up shop, doing solar PV.
Fantastic. And I guess that industry's grown hugely over the last 14 years.
Well, yes and no, really. It's been a roller coaster or a solar coaster. It went boom. When I left my employer, and became self-employed, it went crazy. It went from approximately 5 or 10 companies in the country, or 5,000 companies in 2 years. So, and the industry went off the scale. And we capitalized on it. It was good. We went from one man in his van to having I think it's 6 vans with 20 guys. We had our own warehousing space. We had office space. We had we had a big team. We had a big team. We're doing well. Too well. basically, and as was everybody else. So the government realised that the industry was booming too much. They set the feed-in tariffs too high, and they had to stop them. And they stopped them overnight. So they cut the industry off at its knees with
Oh,
6 weeks notice. So
wow.
the industry went from boom time to bust in less than 2 months.
Wow.
So the 5,000 companies went down to less than 500 in the space of a year. The industry just died, killed overnight. So we should have really, in retrospect, it's a wonderful thing. We should have probably closed the doors, walked away, take the money and run. But we said, well, we can do this. We can turn this around. We stuck with it. We marketed. We pushed, and we just hemorrhaged money. Like we just lost so much money. We lost so much money in the space of 6 months. And then we stuck with it and survived. And the next 10 years, we pretty much didn't get above zero. We're in the red the whole time. But yeah, we survived, and yeah, we're still here. We're still the longest established Cumbrian solar PV company in the county. So
wow.
Yeah.
So what made you continue to great resilience and tenacity to continue? What was the driver to keep going?
The driver was to basically survive. Really, survival. I knew solar was here to stay. It was just going through a slump. It had been built up so high by the feed-in tariffs. And the feed-in tariffs went, confidence went, and it wasn't there to stand its own 2 feet. We knew it would get there. We knew that solar would basically, the prices would come down, price of electricity would go up. We knew this was going to happen. So we said, we're going to stick with it. At the time, when we abandoned, when the industry was in its slump, we knew that it would come back, but how we're going to come back? We're going to come back as a solar PV installation firm, or we're going to carry on doing what we're doing. It was bloody hard work. It was hard graft. It was a lot of 18-hour days after 2 years. It didn't stop. And if that came back again, did we want to have that network of installers, vans, lads? And Cumbria is a sparsely populated county, so we had to travel, and we realized that actually I probably didn't want to be a national PV company. So we hatched the idea, and I had it for a while, of developing a new product. Which is Solfit. So we took our knowledge and skill in the industry. So obviously we've been in the trade for a long time and knew all the products in the market, and there wasn't very many we liked. And we decided to go down the route of R&D and bring our new product to market.
Excellent.
And that's been it's been a hell of a journey. I tell you, it's been a hell of a journey. So yeah, that was like how long ago was that? That was, we probably started 10 years ago, thinking about it, working on it. Took a long time to get the designs and the product to completed. Huge amount of money. Huge amount of money which I didn't have. Basically the industry was the solar PV industry was flat. So there was no money coming in. The expenses of Solfit to develop a product were increasing exponentially. So yeah, it was we got there. Borrowing, stealing, remortgaging. No stealing actually, but we got by. So a bit of a hard one.
And you starting to see the benefits of that now?
The industry's, we've stuck with it. It's the market as we knew would develop. It's come of age. So with the price of electricity spiraling as it has, the awareness of carbon being the issue of being what it is, government policy. So basically building regs have evolved and changed, so in favor of solar, because it's all about keeping carbon down. So we're starting to see we're on the curve. We've got past the worst bit, we think, and but never drop your guard. That's the motto. You drop your guard, and it's you get kicked in the knackers pretty fast. So for the time being, and hopefully things are going in the right direction.
Fantastic. It was great to hear someone, who, you genuinely obviously believe in the product and what you're trying to achieve, and looking ahead of the curve, in being in that place now to get the rewards that they obviously that investment, justifies, to spend that long, just keeping going and grinding it out. So, because you can see the longer term is a valuable lesson for any business owner. So, fantastically, well done for that.
Yeah, I think we're at the stage of development, and we were in a very vulnerable position, and I kept saying when we're developing it, I've got this idea, it's a good idea, I'm sure it's going to work.
Mm.
Nobody else said, it was 100% on my shoulders. It was just purely an idea. But any one time in that journey, we could have gone to a trade fair, an exhibition, and we traveled through Europe, touting our wares. We could have been on a trade stand next to another trade stand with a more advanced and better product.
Right.
It could have happened at any one time, and it still could happen, but it hasn't happened, So we're very fortunate that we saw the market, saw the gap, and we had the knowledge to develop our product to the standard of what it is.
Great stuff. No, it's really great. So, I guess maybe partly answered this already, but what in your sector, what makes you stand out? What makes you different from the other businesses? Do you believe in your industry?
Well, technically, because we have the knowledge of the product. Basically, we're coming from an installer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So technically speaking, we know what installers want and what they don't want. So, having been on roofs, worked with products, it's got to be simple. It's got to be easy, simple, minimum component parts. It's got to work.
Yeah.
It's got to be solid. It's got to be good, good quality technology, good quality equipment. It's not going to fail. So, on the in-roof stuff, that's where we stand out for the domestic market. On the commercial side of things, we're very fortunate. We're the only product in the market that does what it does.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, how it works, we started doing domestic applications. So basically, for those who don't know, we'll go back technically speaking. For those who don't know, an in-roof system is a PV system that replaces the need for slater tiles on the roof.
Right. Okay.
So if you're building a new build property, and you don't want slater, you want your PV system to look neat and tidy.
Right.
It fits into the roof, replace the need for slater tiles on the roof or around the area. You've got no issues with cracked tiles under the array. You've got no issues with nesting birds, and it looks smart. Okay. And that's the way the market's going. So basically, in-roof products are being spec'd on all new builds. So basically, going forward, every new build is going to have a solar PV system fitted.
Right. Okay.
And they won't be the old traditional on-top systems, which are hook and rail. Right. And from that, we evolved. Basically, we started looking at commercial markets and saying, well, look, there's a big commercial application here. So we basically developed what's called Solfit Overclad, which is a same product but mounted differently over an existing roof.
Right. Okay.
So if the commercial customer comes, he's got a problem. He says, "Okay, I've got an old roof on a commercial building. It's past its best. It's past its sell-by date. It's starting to leak, or it will start leaking in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But I want to put PV on that roof. What am I going to do?" Basically, his choices are: he replaces the roof at great expense, an upheaval to the tenant below. Number two is he overclads with metal sheets and puts PV on top of the metal sheets. That's but the problem with that is it's weight loading. So weight loading will prevent that going on. It's buildings aren't constructed to have PV and overclad.
No.
Or the third option, I beg pardon, is to overclad with with Solfit. So basically getting a watertight, waterproof solar PV roof with minimum weight loading and minimum cost. So we pretty much, there's no other product in the market that does that.
Fantastic. So you're unique and niche in that market, which is clearly a massive benefit. Yeah, when against any kind of competitor. So again, someone showing the value, research and development, and seeing that that opportunity in the market and to develop a product that suits so many different situations.
Yeah, it's just application. So we're very lucky. I guarantee that there will be competitors will copy us and will come in. There's no doubt about it. But we've got a head start.
Yeah, first to market is always a strong thing.
We'll get a head start. It's all about branding and awareness. And we just completed the first one. We're completing it just now, actually.
Okay.
4,500 panels on a commercial roof in the northeast. So it's
okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's exciting. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Good stuff. So kind of looking ahead then to the future, what does the future look like for you, and where do you see your challenges?
Yeah, it's growth. Really, we've got the market. We've for the commercial, we've in the market in for domestic. There's only 2 other products in the market.
Right. Okay.
So and they've got their downsides.
Yeah.
So we're very well positioned. So it's going to be about growth. It's growing, and taking advantage of the situation at the moment. So currently speaking, we're 4 people. To myself, we've got sales and a sales manager. We've got a technical sales guy, and we've got a partner basically who is more on the management side of things. He's got the connections and the contacts and the large scale world.
Right. Okay.
So but we're gonna have to grow fast, and that's going to be this year.
Okay.
So basically, it's getting the right heads, right people, the right skills in place. I've got some skills, but a lot of skills I don't have. So on the business growth, so it's pulling the right people who know how to do it. Because obviously we've got the UK, but there's a big world out there.
Yeah.
There's a big world. So Europe's got exact same problems that Britain has.
Yeah, of course.
And there's no more products out there than there is here.
Right. Okay.
And then in reality as well, it's not just Europe. It's every country. There's America, there's Australia, there's Japan. They've all got the same issues. They've all got the same problems, and the product's not there. So
scaling the business is a positive challenge, but it's still a big challenge, right?
It's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. And it's going to be pulling the people who know how to do it. I've got the vision and the idea, but it's making it work, making the cash flow, making the sums add up. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. No.
And it's just making it happen.
Okay.
So it's going to be challenges. There's also again it's a lot of graft. These things don't happen by themselves. I've grafted 18-hour days for the last 10 years. It won't happen by itself, and it's pulling that team together, so I don't have to do 18-hour days. That's the.
Indeed, I think many business owners would empathise with that in terms of the hours you put in, and at some point getting the reward for that as well. Is that the investment, the time investment is almost sometimes harder than the money investment in a way, right? Because you lose time you can never get back. But it's interesting. But
I just don't think there's any other way really. I've thought about this, and it's with no money. With no money, you have to do things by yourself. You can't outsource. You can't hire members of staff. The cash flow is not there. The revenue is not there. You just have to do it by yourself. And that comes down to hours and graft.
No, absolutely. The plan's always useful as well, right?
I beg your pardon?
A plan's always useful as well, isn't it?
Yeah, plan's good. A plan's good. But I always find plans change. I've looked at I've looked at my business. I spent ages writing business plans. And you look back on them, a few months later, and you go, "What the hell's that?" We've just gone completely off track.
It's better to have something rather than nothing. But I know.
A plan's never good. A plan has got to be it's got to be fluid. It's got to keep changing.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's key. It's always got to keep changing. You always got to address it every month.
Indeed. Good. So I guess following on from what you said about growing a business, looking to scale, when you're bringing in new people into the business, what are the qualities you're going to be looking for, or do you look for from potential employees?
Yeah, it's a lot of the qualities they're hard to find without actually working with them. It's you want honesty, you want trustworthiness, you want hard workiness, commitment, You know, a CV doesn't necessarily show you that.
No, no.
References are good. You know, I made the mistake about taking people on, and over the years we've hired a lot of people for for Love Solar, and references are always a good place to start.
Yeah. Ideal one recommendations, of course, but like you say, sometimes that's not possible. So.
Yeah, recommendations are good. So we always ask, we always put the word out there. Somebody we respect and somebody who we respect, and we asked if they have anybody they could recommend.
Yeah.
Because if they recommend somebody, they won't recommend somebody that they wouldn't recommend. It's they're kind of somewhat responsible. So that's often the best way. But yeah, it's hard to find the right members of staff. You know, it really is. You know, it's the number of members of staff we've got working for Solfit have come to us.
Yeah,
they found us, they like what we do, and they've come to us, and I like that. I like a bit of
absolutely
preemptive.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think sometimes it's a way about looking at recruitment. Sometimes the people that you need aren't looking for a job; they're working for someone else. So the best people. So it's about how do you market your business in the best light and get people to, like you say, if people come to you and you sell them the job, then you're going to be more than likely be in a much better place with kind of the people you bring in, the quality of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Today's labour market, because whatever business or industry I talk to, the recruitment is tends to be the number one challenge at the moment in terms of bringing people.
No, it's a struggle. It's a struggle in all levels. The skill set we will require for Solfit's a different skill set that we have for Love Solar. And just now we've got a great team just now. Great team.
Great.
We can certainly do with some more installers, but we've advertised locally. We've put the word out there. It's a struggle. It really is. But I think with Solfit, we're going to have to probably go further afield. We're going to have to cast the net further to get the right characters. But with distance working, remote working, they don't have to be Cumbrian based.
No, of course.
Which is a great thing. It really is. We have an office here, but to all intents and purposes, to be working anywhere.
Yeah, cool. Interesting. Good. So as you reflect kind of on the last few years, last 14 years as a business owner, what have you been your biggest learnings?
Learnings. Okay. Never be complacent. never think the good times are going to last forever. Because they don't. It's in the UK, we're incredibly entrepreneurial. So an idea doesn't last for very long. When solar first kicked off, I was ahead of the curve, but it didn't take long for many thousands of people to jump on the bandwagon. Never be complacent. Always trying to look for uniquenesses. Something different. So not always running with the crowd. So sort of separate yourself from the mass. What I wanted to think, the biggest learnings, trust your instinct, trust the gut feeling. Sometimes quite good. It's we've talked to a lot of experts over the years, a lot of engineers, lots of people who really know their subject, and we think, well, you're the expert in the business, you'll know my product better than I do. Not the case.
No.
It's not the case. They've I know my product better than anybody else.
Sure.
Albeit I'm not a kind of a highly qualified engineer.
Sure.
But, that's worthwhile. So kind of take advice, and digest it to and make informed decisions.
Cool. Excellent. Some really good thoughts there. Great words. And then maybe someone who's starting up in their own business, maybe younger, looking to get into the business world, what would be your best bit of advice for them?
Know your industry.
Yeah.
know your know your industry. You know, really the only reason we've done well is because I know my industry. I know
Yeah.
I can talk the talk. And I know the installers. I know the products.
Yeah.
I know my roofs. You know, I know my product. Which is hard again if you. But that's because I've done my time. I've done my time as you know on the roofs. I've done my time as a project manager. I've done my time, which is quite hard. So if you're wanting to get started in a new business and you
Yeah.
haven't got the experience in the industry, to actually gain that experience is, you know, it's not always going to be possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I think that's a common link that whenever I ask any business owner, it's knowledge in that industry is absolutely vital to make the most
it's
of it.
vital. And I think there's opportunities in every business. You know, it's the, you know, I talk to, like, I've got teenage girls and they're looking to leave, want to leave school next year, and we're talking about careers.
Mm.
And so you can be successful in absolutely anything, you know, absolutely anything you do. You know, you have to enjoy what you do,
Yes.
but there's opportunities. You know, you could be a hairdresser and you could become a multi-million-pound hairdresser
Yeah.
if you wanted to be. You know, it's like, you know, you could be a toilet cleaner and you could be a multi-million-pound toilet cleaner. You know, not that they want to become toilet cleaners or anything,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, there's money to be made in everything, just with the right approach, right business acumen.
Yeah.
Good business skills, I would say. You know, it's I came to business pretty green. You know, I really don't have any formal training in any shape or form for business. So in the absence of having the formal training and skills and knowledge, it's pulling people in who've got it. So and a good accountant,
Yeah.
a good numbers person is good to have at your side for
Yes.
sure. You know, to
Absolutely.
keep
Indeed.
keep an eye on the figures, because it's very easy to have the ideas and you know have the motivations and have the vision, but without finger on the pulse of the figures, you're knackered.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Certainly something that we yeah as a business would encourage. You know, it's almost a non-negotiable in terms of, you know, getting to know, you know, because you'd be surprised how many business owners just don't pay
no.
enough attention, or for many reasons, you know. But yeah, ultimately once they start, you know, and also if you focus on something, you tend to improve it. So
Yeah, again, but figures are a good one, you know, and we've probably all been burnt at some time. But again, you know, you have to trust your employees. You know, trust them to do a good job, but always check them.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's the
It's up and down the line, isn't it?
yeah, you know, you leave somebody, you know, leave something to crack on. If he doesn't think they're going to be checked, then you know mistakes can happen,
Yeah,
and
100%.
they will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, with the money side of things, it's always good to have two people,
Yeah.
one checking the other.
Yeah,
So
yeah, checks and balances. Always a good.
it gets a balance, absolutely. Yeah, no, and if they think they've been checked, then they'll do a better job.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Good stuff.
learn from painful experience in that one.
Yeah, fantastic. Good. Right. Well, thanks so far. You know, it's been great to chat. So just to finish off, any, you know, how if you want to find out about the products and you know, Love Solar and Solfit, where's the best place to find out more information?
Yeah, good old interweb. The www.solfit.co.uk is SOLFIT is the one, and Love Solar, it's www.lovesolar.co.uk. Love-solar, I beg your pardon. So yeah, we're on there, easy to find. We've got good references. Yeah, we're very much on there. Got good presence.
Perfect.
So.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure people who are interested in finding a bit more about, you know, what the opportunities are to invest in that technology will you know, have a look and see what they can find from what you can offer.
There's not commercial. They're really the stage in the game, you know, as energy demand increases all the time, as we decarbonize, inverted commas, the energy industry, you know, the demand for electricity just is increasing exponentially.
Yeah.
So there's not commercial property in the land that shouldn't be using solar on the roofs.
Yeah.
No, it really is the case. So it's there for everybody. And yeah, it's very much is of its moment.
Yeah, definitely. Great stuff. Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time. Been great
to stuff, Rob.
Understand and, you know, a bit more about yourself and your business. And in fact, you know, good luck for the future. That, you know, I'm sure, as you said, you know, a lot of the hard work you've put in over the last few years, you know, looks like it's going to start bearing, you know, some great fruit, which is, you know, absolutely deserved. So great stuff. Well done. And,
okay. Well, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.